Oh my gosh, hello. This is about a family of 5 people that got put out their own house because of something so freaking dramatic. But you know what? Sleeping here, having a nice enjoyment, I wind up having a vision. But anyway, I don't think that was a much rather long vision because the vision seemed pretty real when I woke up because, unfortunately, I lived that shit a long time. I needed the aesthetic, so that's what I went for. This shit's a mess. When I tell you that everything burnt, the stove has a particular sound that sounds like 3 jumping mice are trying to perform in the microwave. Everything was destroyed. Worst sound ever made.
I guess it would be time to replace that, huh? Yeah, but now that we have gotten to the sense of how it got us here, in the midst of how it got us here, my dad actually burnt himself and burnt the whole door down, so I had to get all of that off. I don't even remember what I used to get it off. It wasn't soap. It was like degreaser and something else, and it was very thick and heavy. Did you see outside that window that there was snow outside?
That's burnt, like to a crisp.
Like, you could take that off and that would be like on pizza when it's crusted too hard. When they put it in the microwave or the oven too. Microwave is crazy. Everything in our house was obliterated. It had to be done and overdue, and we had to get brand new things. You see she got a coat on. It's cold as fuck. Doesn't matter because everything in that house was completely like medicine, all that shit like gone.
I mean, I want to see some cash. Keep these dollars coming. That's gonna make me dance.
When I tell you we lost some shit, like all of this, and some of it was brand spanking new. Like, did you see those piles of clothes? Did you see the backseats in the back? Like everything, okay, I think you get the gist of everything. Not to mention we're walking around with 2 devilish dogs and 3 guinea pigs. I had 4. One wound up passing in the midst of all of this, and we wind up staying at this hotel. We had 2 different rooms. It was spectacular because I didn't have to be around anybody, but it was a lot of space. The hotel was very nice. They accommodated us for the things that we needed. We had towels. We had unlimited towels, a gym, a swimming pool, a bar to eat in the morning, but that food was not edible, so we just left it there. But everybody got pretty comfortable in this place of living. Literally comfy. And they did not pee not once on that carpet. But anyway, that's besides the point. This is demolition day, obviously. The nice handy held tools that got me bruised on my inner thigh. It went away. Typically not what I was expecting. We had an asbestos in our house, but I didn't really get much of a video, or none of us did, because I was the only one that went in the house. So we had that test, and it came back that we had some molding going on in our basement. But then they took a second test because that one was obviously a failure. And there are some things they did without me because I was working late or I just wasn't there. So they did some demolition without me. They broke out the middle section of the house, not the part that keeps the house sturdy, because I found out in one of our arches, that's how she felt. In one of our arches is actually support for the entire house. So if you knock down that support beam, your whole entire house is gonna freaking fall. I said, leave it alone because we're in the house and we don't need demolition to the whole house because it's gonna build it around that time. We found out, speak elegant and eloquent, Lord have mercy. We found out we have beehives in our walls. That's not the first, but it was literally it was 2 big ass ones in the wall. And then there was a small one on types of planks that I had no idea. They finally knocked out the middle piece. And then once I found out the floor had a floor with a floor, I was floored out. But my sister did an amazing job when it was her turn to pick that stuff up. It was pretty good. And we still had demolition. You know, this is the most demolition I have ever done. It took my shoulder blades out, and I stepped on every piece of wood that came out with a nail. I couldn't tell you good enough how many nails has stuck me in the cushion of my foot and saved my entire foot, because I would have been without a foot. To be getting my foot back to finish the job, we wind up still demolition. This was the part I really actually didn't like, because I did some of the heavy pulling, but my sister was a beast when it came to the hammer. And I realized that he doesn't do any work, number one. And number two, there's a lot of barbed wire in the corners of these walls. I don't know if that's recommended to have, but absolutely can keep out at the front door and never come back. This demolition job was actually harder than I thought. Going into the ceiling, realizing that there's fiberglass in the ceiling. Yeah, I don't think we turned out using that again when it was time for round two. It was just too much. We wind up having to do demolition in way too many places. But after we opened up these walls, I was actually glad that we had to. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? She's a racetrack in those streets. This is not a very fun documentary to put together because I've had a lot of bruises and scratches in the process. But the closer and closer we got to doing it was the closer and closer step for us to actually see what our house looks like right now. And I can't show you, obviously, because you're all the way in the beginning. But this was an exciting little adventure that I'm having right now. And it's really exhilarating at the same time. Like somebody come get her, cause she's about to be a stripper. She's about to make some money, cause she need all the honeys. Okay, no, but for real, like this demolition process was actually hard as hell. Like I sweated after killing 2 parts of the wall. And this is only my brother's room. So you see all that fanatic little ugly colors back there? You have to go. And then in the process of me just going downstairs in my own space, trying to be free from everything, I found 2 big ass crickets in my home. And did I have any help for trying to get them out? No, because it bounced back. It jumped twice and jumped back at me like I wasn't trying to save its life. And my friends, which are my siblings, didn't want to save my life either. That was the best they had. They left me on standby. We was at this house almost too many days out of the week. And I had a lot of hours working into putting in my job, but everybody was still attentive. They were still coming. We had intentions on getting this done because we were on a deadline and everything was getting done and then moving. Drywall was coming. Electric was getting done. We had the fillers for the wall to keep it soundproof. The fillers, the cotton. I don't even know if it was cotton or anything. It wasn't fiberglass. It's called something. It's in one of these videos. I completely forgot what it's called, but it has absolutely soundproof the kitchen. So if you're in the kitchen and upstairs, you cannot hear what anybody's saying. So if you mumble after getting in trouble, you can do what you want because mom's not gonna hear you. You can try that in your own home. I'm not in mine. I will not down the count of you. Hell no, you're not about to get me jumped in my own home. She'll be a spider right on my wall, ready to explode and get bigger and jump me. Oh hell to the no. Here's the tricky part. This floor was exhausting, so I completely, more almost devotedly, and so happily, ironically, surprisingly, interestedly, gave this project to my sister because she was the only one that actually destroyed this entire floor by herself and dominated it every step of the way. Whatever technique she used it so aggressively. And I love it because it made it come out a lot faster and a lot harder because the tool that I'm using to get this floor up, I saw somebody actually use a blow dryer and use a floor scraper to get that up. And you use a hammer to get it up and it makes it like it dries it out a little bit. We wasn't doing all that. First of all, we live in an empty house. We don't even have the blow dryer. We stayed somewhere else, but at the time being, we didn't have a blow dryer in this house, obviously. I clipped all those together to make sure that the electricity stayed together because in inspection it has to look great and it has to look presentable. So I had to stick all those all over the place so that all of the electricity boxes and every piece of electrical hanging out can stick together. Ooh, handful. You see this bar? Right here, this was one thing that was holding absolutely nothing in our stairs. When they did our house before, every time somebody would go down those stairs, they would creak like somebody was gonna fall through, but nobody ever fell through. And then we found out once that came off of our walls, our drywall or our thick center block or whatever that type of thickness is on the wall, it wasn't even stuck to anything. It was a whole walk the plank piece.
That bottom floor is not your business. Don't ask about it.
I need some oil.
Hey, say, some gas, some oil, some everything. That's
Hey,
you, me,
Sticky.
and Say,
Hey,
say, that's you, me, and say,
Siggy.
You know you 2 different colors on your legs.
Nope.
that's me and Cedar. That's you, me, and Cedar in the record room.
Turn the music up, Sticky. Sticky, turn the music up.
Wait, hold up, I got something good real quick.
All right, you got something else. Turn the music up. Hey. I didn't even know you was on the side of the car. You been running with us? Oh, he was running with us.
I'm Modi.
Okay, turn it up. Turn it up.
Modi. I'm not Modi.
Oh, I gotta put my hands on the steering wheel. Come on, girl. Hype it up. Hype it up. Hey, damn, he just got taken out. Next time, the radio should be not in the way of the wire. Yeah. Is he electrocuted? I can't can't be watching that. They said no drinking and watching TV while you driving.
So you're drinking? Because this is watching.
Oh shit, yeah.
I really want a hard explanation on how beehives became to procreate in our own house and our own walls, but they was also going through our brick walls, and I was finding them only in the basement with me. The only time I saw them upstairs when I was getting attacked in my sister's room, and that was not the best slice of pie that I wanted to be across.
My parents came clutch with when it comes to extra content when I'm not around, and everybody else, brother and sister as well. But
I love them so much that they did so much for me while I wasn't around, because I needed to get as much as I can so that I can take you through the process of what is going on, because this has been a hard fucking process.
I didn't know that could do that. Like, what? Like, you take out picture windows? My nigga, you that strong? Yeah, I guess because his last name is Strong. That would go together and I wouldn't.
And due to the fact that we still have pods sitting at our house right now, like, those have to be destroyed and revamped back to its own owner by the time the end of the month comes of November. But we've had these for a long time since it started, and we haven't went through anything in them. We tried to go through things before everything went in them, but that didn't have a successful role play. No, for real, role play is crazy. But I had to bring these in the house because my mom had brought some from Costco, because we're gonna need 440 more at that point. She brought some more of these home, and little behold, do you see what the kitchen looks like? The stuff is in the walls. You couldn't hear shit in those walls. I was on a whole airplane with no turbulence. Like, the turbulence didn't move. I could have had wine, champagne, and nothing would have spilled. Okay, I prefer one of the other. And it's just days and days have gone by where stuff has to be gone through. Like, we have furniture with a whole lot of knickknacks. Like, we don't even have furniture. Let's be quite clear, we don't have. We was just at the furniture store, no, the storage place the other day, where all of our stuff has been kept since we have been through this, and let me tell you, we don't have any furniture. Like, everything is a knickknack at this point. I believe I got a freeze frame of what we were using, because it looks like wool. Whatever it was in these walls, like, permanently. Like, it was no turbulence. Like, if somebody was barking, crying for help, I would not be able to hear. Please knock on the brick or the window once you come by the house.
Once you lick on 9 toes, then we can talk about something.
Anyway, that's all the way besides the point. We still have some moving to do. This was something that we had went through probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago. It was a lot of weeks ago, yeah. But it was just getting to go to the laundromat, and this is me and the glory of standing in this, because it was finally done. Y'all, this very next day, 2 days after this, we came back at 7:30 in the morning just to make sure that everything was still straight. My dad still had a little bit of wiring to do. That was trash. It definitely left. I don't know when it left, because I have freeze frame. That's what we used. This has been an exhilarating. This is a video of my dad doing something. Let me be honest, I don't know, but my mama got a little bit of footage, and I put it in here. I'm gonna go out on the limbs of he was messing with the trimming on the outside so that it can match the inside, and when the windows go split, it'll flip perfectly. But actually going through this whole process has been down my spine just as much as it's been down their follicles and down their brain cells and their own heads. I don't want to show you the finished product of what I've seen. That's going to be the next video, because I'm going to make this a series. Oh my god, I'm cheating for you.
But it looks so much money good. Like, what? It did. This is go. Radicals while I'm here, because I didn't think we was gonna be here that long, but since we're here that long, I'm gonna feed them.